welcome back to another episode of the Bloom Podcast. Today we have our guest, intern, colleague, Caitlin.
Hi.
Welcome. Let's go.
Yeah, super excited to have Caitlin on the podcast. We wanted to do some internal stuff. We feel like our team is like a little mini family here. And yeah, we don't even have much of an agenda. We're just gonna kind of, talk and see where the life goes. But Caitlin, super interesting person. So we're gonna dive a little bit into her life and what she's done in the past and what she's doing and what she has planned for the future. So
Yeah.
big things to come.
How you feeling?
I'm good.
Yeah.
It's weird now that we started. I'm like nervous.
Yeah, a little bit. That's all good. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've wanted to do this for a little bit ever since Caitlin started. It'd be kind of be nice to have her on and, talk a little bit about her and her experience and also some other things that she's interested in and getting a little team like podcast. We kind of had a few guests already and I feel like it's nice to have a little break and just do one with us.
Yeah, it's like
It's like
nice. You know,
Yeah.
to
no
like
pressure.
Like we
there's
all
no
know each
like
other.
show
We
to
all
put
like,
on. There's no
Yeah.
like. We're really just here to hang out. So yeah, it feels really good. And we just did another podcast like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah,
So
that's
we're
why you
just-
see
On a
us wearing the
roll.
same clothes. Like,
Yeah, I swapped shirts. I
like,
swapped shirts.
all right, then that you didn't let me know, so now I'm like feeling out. But it's all good. I'll rock this Betty Boop shirt. So
Yeah.
we're good.
But yeah, so Caitlin, I think I don't know if you know this. I actually was been waiting for you to come on the podcast to tell you this.
Okay.
Oh dang, the tension.
It starts.
Dramatic.
What do you know?
You were the only person I interviewed for this job.
Oh my God, are
Oh,
you
yeah.
kidding?
You were the only person. And I think I like waited like 2 weeks to like message you back because I was like, I don't know. I think like the application was still open or something, but I was just
Yeah.
like, we like looked through all
We
we like sat down for like an hour, looked through all the applications, and like there was a lot of pretty good ones, there was a lot of bad ones, but like yours was like right away like the best. So we were
Oh my
like,
God.
the portfolio was the best, and then I recognized some people in the portfolio, and then I was like, oh, she went to Lakeville, and then it was just like, okay.
It was perfect.
I think at that time too, we were looking at someone that one personality wise would probably fit to kind of like an all around like creative, like not just one specific, but like adaptable and able to be resourceful and does like very self-starting, and like that was like really something that we noticed. And then like also ways that we could provide value to you and as a team, and having you come on and and in ways that we could like, I don't know, like maybe like give you an experience here that you could take away. And so far it's been really good. So
Yeah, right when I
my
saw the
God.
vlogs, I was like, you don't just make a vlog unless you like making videos.
yeah, exactly.
Like
Sure.
you don't just like, no one just like makes a vlog.
I think we looked at your website and we're like, dang, like she does photos, videos, and like a little bit of design too, like
And
it's
writing.
all year
Yeah.
round. Yeah, and I was like, dang, she's super
Oh my
creative.
God. Okay.
Yeah, the portrait photography. But yeah, you were the only one I ever met with because I
You
was
lied
just.
then.
Did I?
Wait, what did you
after
tell
the
her?
interview, you're like, I got 3 more left. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you just you can't show all your cards. And honestly, I guess I honestly did have intentions to meet with a few other people.
Yeah.
I think he
But I-
knew though. Like
I
after
knew-
meeting, he's like, yeah, we're not going to
Well,
interview the other
Yeah,
people.
the meeting went really well, and then I was just like, I think I sat down and looked at the other 3 applications again, and I was like, do I see myself hiring these people? Probably not.
And like, do I want to go through?
Do I want to like spend 3 hours of like my week like doing this? And we were like really busy at the time too. I think I remember. So yeah, and
Wow.
maybe I don't know. And then I put together the offer letter one day, sent it out. You responded like right away.
Oh, yeah.
And I
was, like,
remembered you were
the
heading
highlight
out
of
on
my-
like your road trip.
Yes. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, it's perfect timing.
Yeah.
Also, too, I was like, we need some diversity in here because, like, it's just
Yeah.
all of us just like kind of got our heads down too, and like it's nice to have you around
Yeah.
too to talk and work together.
A little
It's nice.
female energy.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like I kind of like
Exactly.
speak things into existence because I was like, I think right when when we posted the application, I'm like, I think I want like a female. Like, I think I want like a girl. And obviously you can't like, if it wasn't going to be a girl, it
Right,
wasn't going to be a
right.
girl. But like, it just so
Yeah.
happened that like
Yeah.
the best person was a a girl too. So it's
Yeah,
perfect.
for sure.
It's very nice.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and like your timing was good too, because
Oh
a lot
my
of the
God,
other
yeah.
people were like still in college and they didn't have
Mm-hmm.
like a car, or like you were like at the U of M, you had an
Yeah.
apartment there for the rest of the
Yeah.
summer. You just had graduated.
Yeah, it was perfect timing.
There's some people who are like way too old though, and they're like, "You're looking for
Yeah.
a job or you're looking for an internship? Like,
Yeah.
which one are you?"
Yeah,
It was kind of like
yeah.
one of those weird stuff.
Yeah, it
but-
was like crazy too. Like the job process of like going on LinkedIn and Indeed and just scrolling forever.
Is that like just yourself, or do you have like a guidance counselor? Type
No,
person?
like I was literally just me every day scrolling through, and then I would throw out like 5 applications a day just to like
For sure.
see what I got. And then when I saw this, I was like,
what attracted you to?
I think I had like seen you guys before, and then I saw you were hiring, and I was like, oh my god. Like I was showing everyone, I was like, this is my dream. Like I feel like I would fit right in here. And then the interview went great.
Yeah.
And I guess.
There you go.
Yeah, and I like to think
White lie. White lie. It's all
I
good.
also like to think like it's a pretty laid back. Like I feel like it's like, I don't know.
I mean, we're all in our 20s, and
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like
Similar age.
all in our early 20s too.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
this is like crazy. Well, mid 20s for Devin and I. But yeah, it's like
Don't
it's
remind me.
for real, dude. But no, it's like it's just like, I don't know, it's nice to work with people that like you like truly appreciate and that are your friends. Like even like when I was looking at like hiring the first editor in Devin's position, it was like some of these people were just like, you know, they were great fits, but it's like, could I really spend like, you know, 40 hours a
Days,
week
yeah.
with you? Like, so yeah, I think that we really have a good, we got
Yeah.
a good squad, good crew here. And by the way, Caitlin brought like a whole squad and a whole army over to the Bloom page. So like we get like likes and like if I post her on the story, it gets like 5 likes from like her like friends and stuff. Like they love it. So.
yeah, they do support me.
It's
That's
funny.
cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely really cool.
You have a pretty good crew.
Yeah, I think family and friends combined, I love just like bringing everyone together and like having a solid group of people,
Yeah.
even if it's not that big.
Right,
Yeah.
for sure. I
And,
can agree with that.
Is most of your crew from high school then, or
Yeah,
college?
like me and my high school friends, shout out hometown honeys. Like we've been like literally friends forever, and like it's just that forever feeling.
Yeah.
It's good to have like finding your people and
Yes.
like have them stick around and be there for you and
Yeah.
experience life together. Like that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And you're so close to your hometown. I know your
Yes.
family moved out of your hometown
Yeah,
now. So
yeah. I know. I haven't even been down there in a while. My grandpa still lives down there, so I'll go there and visit.
yeah.
But unless I'm like going to a friend's house.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think we can jump into a little bit of like, you know, you starting to create videos, you creating vlogs, and kind of then jump into a little bit of your college life, traveling abroad, finding inspiration.
Yeah.
Or some of those old videos that you were telling us
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. I probably since I was like 7 have been making videos, not good videos, like just random. I would just wake up in the morning, be in my pajamas, go down in the basement with the camera and just like film myself, like the most embarrassing stuff. And then probably when I was a little older, like started actually like creating more stories or like skits and just getting like my family involved, my cousins involved. And it was just fun. I don't even remember like really how I first got the inspiration for it, but it was just fun to make and
Yeah.
then to show people and like bring everyone in my like family's office and just be like, all right guys, watch the video I made
Yeah.
today. Like they were probably like, oh God,
The
what is
family
this?
viewing parties in
Yeah.
the office.
Yeah.
That's what we're making her script for her
Yeah.
like launch or like video or whatever, and that was one of the things that we talked about. I
Yeah.
thought that was awesome, by the way.
Yeah, The Office has memories. But yeah, so then I just kind of kept doing those silly things. And then probably in middle school, I made like edits and would actually like really go in at it. And even I was talking to Chase about this, but I made like a Mighty Mile edit from middle school when we ran the mile. And like it was just like a really bad GoPro. Like
It's epic though. The
10
energy is
seconds.
unmatched.
Yeah, like the clips are insane.
Yeah.
The
But
energy
like
is unmatched.
yeah, it's just fun to make those little things, and I don't know.
Yeah. I think your portrait photography was initially what like impressed me, because I think that's like right when you click on your website, that was
Yeah.
like the first
Yeah.
thing. How did you get into that? How did you start shooting portrait photography? Tell us a little bit about that.
I think how I got into it was my cousin is a model, and we would always just be like, when can we do a shoot? Or like, what can we shoot if we could do anything? And so I would just start taking pictures of her and in the style of portraits, and that just kind of like sparked my interest in doing that kind of thing. And when I studied abroad, kind of jumping the gun here, but I studied abroad in London, and we did this shoot for my friend's class, and it was just like this creative lookbook shoot with like Carhartt, and it was super cool. One of my favorite shoots I've ever done. And we got like real models and like that kind of thing.
Wow.
And we did a whole shoot down there.
Is that like the header video on your website?
No.
Okay.
I don't know if
But-
we've seen this one.
I feel like
Or have we?
maybe. It's in my website under
Okay.
lookbook, but
Okay.
I'll show you guys later.
I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah. And so like doing that was so fun because that felt actually real, and like we were creating something. It wasn't just like me and my cousin like in the garage like doing something.
But regardless, shooting a mod, like I remember it was like I was probably like a year into creating before I shot my first model, and I remember shooting my first model. We were at Torque Fitness, and there was like 5 models, and we were making video and photo, and I just couldn't believe how good everything looked.
Oh my god.
Just because the model like knew what to do,
Yeah,
they
and
knew how to
not-
like act, they knew. They were just so comfortable in front of the camera.
and you don't have to do anything. Like
You don't.
They literally know what to do, and I'm like, oh, thank God.
I know it like makes everything turn out so much better. And I
Yes.
think like how convenient for you to have a cousin
Yeah,
who's
I
like
know.
an actual model.
Yes. Yeah,
That's so cool.
it is nice.
So how did this Carhartt shoot come to be?
Yeah, well, did
It
you like had a
was-
creative process behind it?
Yeah, so I was kind of like on the back end because this was like my friend's class. She was in London as well at the time, and they had like a whole plan to like, I think they had to like create a brand's kind of like campaign lookbook. So they had like 5 different outfits with the same vibe of Carhartt being like the focus. And I was just the photographer for this. So I just kind of came in the back and was like, all right, it's shoot day. Let's go do this. But it was so fun because we were just in the streets of London. And
Yeah, that's cool.
Plenty of
It sounds
inspiration
fun.
there.
oh my God, yeah. I wish I did more photography there, but I made a lot of fun videos.
There you
so,
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
What's the fashion scene out in London
Oh
like?
my God. It's so
I don't know. Like I
good.
always see a lot of like.
Yeah, London.
yeah,
I
London.
honestly, so when I first applied for abroad and I was doing London, I was honestly like, oh God, London, it's going to be rainy and like gray every day. I didn't know anything about London, honestly. And once I was there, I was like, oh my God, this is the most vibrant, diverse city I've ever been in. Like, it is insane. And the fashion there is so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds so cool.
That
I
does
need
sound
to
so
go
cool.
visit London someday. I
Yes,
don't know.
and the
Have you been to
thrifting
Europe?
there is really good.
I've been to Spain and
yeah.
France and Switzerland, but not like
Spain, France, Switzerland. Oh my gosh.
Spain, France,
been
and
doing too much
Switzerland.
podcasting.
You're good. But yeah, I haven't been to London specifically.
Yeah,
So
you would love it.
yeah, I think I would.
It's so nice. Yeah.
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 London is definitely one of those places I want to visit. I feel like it's like also one of those places that's like so easy to get to that like whenever I want to do a spontaneous trip, I'm kind of like I have that in like the back of my brain
Yeah.
because it's just like boom
Yeah.
right there. So many flights that go from America.
Oh my God.
To London
yeah.
every day.
And once you're in London, you can go anywhere
Yeah.
for like
Yeah.
40 pounds.
Yeah.
But you weren't a fan of the Eiffel Tower though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan of Paris, but we'll redo
yeah,
that.
for
Yeah.
sure. You got to, have to.
Yeah. Caitlin has told us that she didn't have the best Paris experience.
Yeah.
I don't think we really need to go into it, but it was like She's gonna go back and she's gonna redo
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So I mean, that had to have been like a lot of your inspiration throughout college, like studying abroad.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think it changed a lot for me, especially creatively. Like, just even walking down the street there and just feeling so inspired. And I think it also was because I was like, I'm in a different country. I don't know anybody. And even if you're in like a different city, like if you're in New York, you're like, oh my God, I don't know anybody. Like, I can be my own self. But like in London, I was like, this is a whole nother level of like, I can really do whatever I want.
Because you're, in a sense, like New York's like in the vicinity.
Yes.
And like London's like, all right, how many times am I going to come back here?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe a couple times. But
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And like, I feel like in Europe, at least when I was there, it felt like everyone is kind of more themselves, just in general. Like you can be yourself as a tourist, but everyone is kind of themselves. And I think like the close, like New York, you had brought up New York, similar. It's like that for me too, where it's like a lot of people are like doing their own thing. They're cruising by you. They don't care. They're just like in their own world, which is like sometimes nice because you just don't feel like you're like maybe like competing, or you don't feel like you compare yourself to everyone because it's like, oh, they're doing their own thing. They're doing their own thing.
Yeah.
I'm doing
And
my
it's
own
like,
thing.
oh, nobody's looking at me. Like nobody cares.
Yeah, exactly.
And even if they do, it's for a split second.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's cool. Do you get, like, when you do vlogs, like, out in public, do you get, like, I don't know, like, shy or embarrassed, or do you, like, not care?
I think it depends where I am. I think it's funny that, like, I'll be, like, ready to vlog, and then I pull out the camera, and I immediately, like, my voice is, like, a shy voice. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, just be myself. Like, I
Right.
just need to be myself. And it might take a while, because even, like, when we started filming these, like, right when, like, I knew we were recording, it's like, oh God, here we go. But like now that we've been like sitting here for however long, it's like, it doesn't even feel like the camera's here.
For sure.
And you can kind of just like let it go. But vlogs are funny too, because you're like holding it like this and like pointing the camera right at your face while you're walking.
I think well, I guess before I go into that, why do you create vlogs? Like what inspires you? What makes you want to create vlogs?
I just love capturing memories that I can look back on and being able to just a year from now, like I don't have that many videos on my channel, and I wish I did make more, but the ones that I have on my channel, I will watch all the time.
Yeah, over and
just
over
being
again.
able to go back, and it just kind of flashes you back to like that time in life. And like even looking back at like, oh, I used to edit that way, or like those songs that I put in were like popular at the time. And it's just it really just like is a time capsule, and you can just go back to it, and it's so fun to like relive those memories. And like I just did a vlog about like graduation, and I was like super strict on myself. Like before that week came, I'm like, you have to vlog graduation because this is gonna be like such a monumental and like important memory to look back on. And I'm so glad I did, because I know like in 2 years I'm gonna look back and watch it
5
and
years,
cry.
10 years, you're like, oh dang.
Watch
That's when I graduated. No, that's cool though. Yeah, I do the vlogs for the same reasons. I haven't made a vlog in a year though, just because like life's been a little bit busy, so it's like kind of hard to fit it in, or like I don't know. I think more so like now I'm maybe transitioning to do more maybe weekly vlogs or something like that would be nice, just documenting some exciting things that are happening. But
we should do like a Bloom vlog day.
If we have like a busy week, like it's just like vlog it. That'd be kind of a cool thing to do, kind of week in the life.
That would be cool. Or like I always think like when we go on a trip, like so we're supposed to go to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
No way.
Which sounds like, what the heck is in Albuquerque, New Mexico? But we're gonna be there at like the National Hot Air Balloon Festival, and they take all these all these hot air balloons up in the sky, and it's like far as the eye can see, just hot air balloons.
That's sick.
It's like I swear it's like a background on like the old MacBooks or something.
For sure.
Yeah,
so are you gonna go in a hot air balloon?
That's what I was thinking. We should like try.
We should probabbe finagle our way in the hot air balloon. We'll see.
I feel like you have to.
Yeah, I feel like we have to.
Yeah, have to.
That's what we were kind of doing in Miami. We were doing a few things that we just felt like we kind of had to do.
Yeah.
We walked like.
We went a day early, so we had time. We had downtime to do stuff.
Yeah, we'll see. With this client, there's not always a lot of downtime. Well, there is downtime, but it's like so far and few in between that it's like a little interesting. But yeah, that's definitely gonna be like a fun trip and like something we could vlog. Like I think we could start making vlogs as we travel more, and I think that would be like added value to try to get Caitlin on her first trip. It was like your first week. It was like you might have gone to Miami, but it wasn't gonna work out. And we honestly, I don't know. We could have probably used a third shooter.
Yeah, I think we could have actually.
I don't know if there'd be room on the.
The
riser.
Yeah,
you'd have to fight your way. But I mean, we could have had like 2 video cameras roll in just to get 2 different stuff and then photo or like I don't know.
Miami's also just an insanely expensive city, so to bring 3 people there and to get like an Airbnb instead of a hotel
such a short trip.
For such a short trip and only like 1 day of shooting.
If that, it was like half a day.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe we should just Devin and I, we should just really quick touch on Miami. We went to Miami. It was an amazing trip. Honestly, Miami is one of my favorite cities. I know people dog on Miami a lot. People think it's just this like party club scene. I go there and I feel like all my stress just leaves my body. It was like, we went there, walked around, got there a day early, biked down the boardwalk. It was super hot. Did some shopping, did a bunch of stuff. Really.
I didn't mind the heat. It just felt really nice and like beautiful. And then like just the city was vibrant and lively. So like you just felt good just being out there and enjoying yourself.
Yeah, like we had a lot of time. We had enough time to get haircuts. we got like haircuts before the shoot.
We were like, should we go get freshened up? And we were like, let's go get haircuts right before we went shooting. Because I was like, I don't want to look like a scrub with a bunch of models like in there and like a bunch of like other people. I thought people were like gonna be dressed up because like it's a fashion show. I thought like people were gonna be like nice, but when we went there, all the media people were just like dressed down. Like
well, it makes you guys look better.
Yeah, we had colored shirts on and like we looked.
Well, I had like
clean.
all black outfit, but I had my loafers on. I had my
fresh haircut.
Fresh haircut and like a nice collared shirt on. You had nice. Well, you had the black
like kind of textured shirt on, black pants,
and then
I
brand
bought
new
brand new black shoes I got like earlier that day we were shopping.
Super nice,
But like, also like when we got haircuts, this is just like a testament to like the service level in Miami. Like we got haircuts, we walk in, they're like, you guys want like a water, a Coke, a beer? It was like, what, 10 a.m. we drank a beer.
Yeah, we did.
Drank a beer and got haircuts.
Sure. Let's do it.
And then like after that, we like walked all the way down to this like art gallery. And this is what I was saying, like where you kind of just got to do it. Like have no idea what this art gallery looks like. It's like $15 a person. I'm like, should we do this? $15
like,
a person.
When are we ever gonna come back to Miami?
Is it gonna be worth it? I'm like, dude, we just walked. I'm thinking, I'm like, we just walked all the way here. We're not just gonna say no to this. Like, let's just do this. So, you know, got the tickets, went, did this thing. It was pretty cool. It was like, it was pretty cool. I haven't been to many things like that, so I don't have a good sample size to compare it against. But Wynwood, it was called Wynwood in Miami.
Yeah, we could have vlogged it. And I got some clips. But
I got some clips. They didn't really play into like the narrative we put together, but
it's okay.
But it was cool. Like, so then later that night we get to like oh my gosh, we lost your bag too.
He said we.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he didn't lost it. He misplaced it and forgot about it.
I misplaced it. Yeah. But we basically got to this like fashion show, and it's like we're outside and we're like flying the drone quick because we just want to get the drone shots over with. And we fly the drone, and then we pack up the bag and we're looking at the entrance, and it's just like Pelican case after Pelican case after Pelican case coming in through the door. And Devin and I are like, dang, look at all those Pelican cases. And all of a sudden it's like, there's a lot of people going in there. I'm like, how big is this riser that we have a spot on? It was like, but it doesn't matter because we have a $500 spot reserved up there for our tripod. So no one's touching that because that's our spot. Walk in, look at the riser, and it is like so packed. You couldn't even like put a person up there. And even if you did get in there, you're getting in like a near fist fight with the person who you're
People were there, like they got there early and they just camped their spot. Like they didn't want anyone to take anything.
They've been there for 4 days.
Luckily we talked to the director person.
Yeah.
I don't know, and we were able to make our spot work in front of like the main broadcast camera and stuff. And
yeah, he kind of felt bad because we did pay for a spot that got like overran. But it was like the worst. These people had the worst arguments because I would be like, "Who are you here shooting for?" And they'd be like, "Oh, I'm just like building my personal portfolio." And then I was like, well, we're here on behalf of the brand, you know, and they'd be like, well, I've been here for 4 days. I'm like, cool, you should have plenty of content for your portfolio. Can we step in?
Some dude moved our stuff.
Yeah, that was the other thing is like we set it up. Someone like made room for us. We set it up, and then I came back, and that dude just had all of our stuff just way off to the side, like straight up just moved all our cameras and stuff, which I think like I thought that was off limits, but it apparently wasn't. And yeah, it was just kind of crazy, man. It was just like it was a really like dog eat dog world up on that riser.
Yeah,
it was kind of crazy.
And then after the event, we're packing up and we're like, yeah, there's a black backpack back here. And this is what kind of threw me off because some girl was like, I just saw it like 5 minutes ago. It was right there. And I was like, no way. Someone stole our bag. And I was like freaking out. I was like, it has a drone in it, all this stuff.
Call the cops.
We're talking to the event coordinator. We call the cops. The event coordinator's like, I was like, the biggest thing is the drones in there. And he's like, yeah, his wallet and stuff. But I was like, then he's like, did you fly the drone here?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
Like,
and he's like, you should not have flown the drone here. And I feel like, I don't know, because there was so many drones up in the sky the whole week. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where can you really fly a drone and where can't
like,
you?
was there a sign?
And like if people see like those clips, they're not gonna think like it's already like what are they gonna do? Take down the video? Like
not to mention there was a cop like about a football field away from us that we could see the entire time we were flying. I was like, if we're gonna get in trouble, he's gonna come over here.
Yeah.
He's right there.
Exactly.
So we ended up filing a police report and then finding the drone about 6 minutes later.
Yeah.
On your own.
Well, basically what happened, we're like, all right, well, you gave me the FX3 over by the riser and you couldn't have gotten the FX3 unless it was in my backpack. So let's go check back over there.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you talked to the dude that was like running the production and stuff, and you're like, oh, this bag.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this bag. Well, it's like I remember leaving that riser and I was like, I never want to go back there because that whole thing just made me so angry. But yeah, it all ended up working out. We got everything we needed.
He was stressing out so bad. I was like, dude, you did this to yourself, and you did this to me.
I was stressing because I felt bad because you're like, my wallet's in there. I mean, we were all kind of.
Were you not stressed?
I'm a very calm person. When bad stuff happens to me, I'm just like.
Even when your wallet's.
Yeah, like it's crazy because like this. I think I grew this mindset when I went to Spain because, one, my flight got delayed 30 hours to go to Germany.
Oh my god!
And like all my
30.
Yeah, like the plane just was.
So you were in the airport.
I was in the airport for like 20 hours, and they put us in a hotel for 10, and then brought us back.
God.
And then, well, I got reimbursed for everything because they're like they didn't have any explanation for us because everyone was waiting, and then. All my connecting flights from like Germany to like Madrid and stuff basically we didn't make it because everything got canceled and they didn't have any communication between the airlines and stuff. So I was in Germany for a night and then I had to like book bus rides and stuff. So basically like when bad stuff happens too, because I was in a country that in Spain I was taking like a bus, like I knew Spanish, but it was hard to like get around, especially in a busy bus station. And I was kind of like stressed. But the reason with like this experience for me, like when a lot of like stuff isn't in my control, I just like learned to trust the universe. And I'm just like, things are gonna turn out. Like what I told Chase was like, I always tell Chase like it's gonna find me. Like whenever I lose something, like it's gonna find me. I'm not gonna look for it, and it does though.
I need to have that.
And then I'm like, I've been robbed 3 times, dude. Nothing ever came back and found me.
But yeah, like the reason why is like that experience. Like I saw the bus that said Sevilla, and that's where I stayed at, and it was right before they're about to leave, and I just hopped on without knowing it was my bus, and I made it to the place I was staying at.
Wow.
So like that was like. It found me.
Yeah.
Even though I was trying to ask so many people, like, where is this at? And where's this at? And then, like, I was literally sitting and I looked up and was like,
there it is.
There it is. And then I went on and then, the rest is history. And I was like, I'm trusting the universe now.
Yeah.
But I do that more now because, I don't stress. I'm just, like, very easygoing. And usually things pan out. If they don't, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm jealous too, dude. I'm freaking...
I don't know. I don't get too worked up about things.
I was more worried. I was like more worried for you. Like I didn't want to lose your stuff.
Right.
Kind of. I think that's what was like stressing me out was like that we had it. And then I was like, all this could have been fixed with an air tag. I'm always like, I'm such a fixer. Like I always want to fix things. So I'm like, if we just had air tags in every bag, we wouldn't even be having this.
Me is like, I could get a new ID, I could get new credit cards, debit cards. Like it didn't really bother me.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I'd be like, oh my God, that's going to take forever. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
The only thing I was grumpy about was I was hungry. Okay. Because we
And
didn't
you had to
eat,
pee.
and I did have to pee.
Oh, that's
I was
a bad
like,
combo.
all right, bag's
yeah.
gone, wallet's gone. I'm hungry, I have to pee, and I was just calm.
Well, how do you have a fashion show with no bathrooms? Like
They had
everyone
bathrooms,
was
but
angry.
they locked it. Like the city locked it.
Oh my
But
God.
So
like,
it was like-
for the event, you should like work with the city to be like, all right, we're gonna have this event till this
Yeah.
time. At least have it open. But they
Right?
locked it like 2 hours before, like inside the show. There's like 2 hours left, and they locked it. And they're like, yep,
Yeah.
everyone had to go pee, and it's,
Oh
like,
my
crazy.
God.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Interesting. But yeah.
But yeah, I think that so far, what is this, like your third week, Caitlin?
Yeah, I think so.
Or fourth?
Is it
No, it's your fourth week.
fourth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fourth week. That's crazy. You've already been here for a month.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
Um,
time goes by so fast.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's freaking wild. But what do you think, what are kind of some of your takeaways? Like, what have you been kind of learning? You know, I don't want to spit out
Yeah,
any words
no.
for you. But
Honestly, like everything. I think this is all, as much as I am like experienced in like the creative world, like this is all super new to me, and like actually working like on set and like running around with cameras, and like I've never like had a job where like that's my job. It's usually just like me and my camera. So like
Right.
everything has been so fun, and like editing, we just like learned how to use AutoPod, which
Yeah.
is so
Yeah,
sick.
and captions.
And
autopods and
captions.
captions, yeah.
Yeah, which is really nice. But yeah, honestly, just everything, and like being in like the creative environment is like just so nice.
Yeah.
I
As
feel
a
like,
job.
yeah, and I feel like there's so many little things that like even just being on this podcast, right? Like if later on down the road you like wanted to start a podcast or something, and you could just like you could like look back at this podcast and be
Yeah.
like, how did they mount their like
Yeah, yeah.
stuff? Like how did they, hook it all up? Oh, they had like the Rodecaster Pro, like just like little things like that. I think like you take into account, and you just like
And like the process for like producing it, posting it, like
Yeah.
all that now.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do anything, or if somewhere down the line someone asked you to, you're like, oh, I know how to do that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
stuff like that. So that's really cool.
I know, it's really cool just being able to learn all these little things in such a short amount of time.
You feel like you're like a sponge, like you're just
Yeah, I'm just
and
absorbing.
taking a lot of information.
Yes.
yeah. Even like lighting, we like were lighting interviews last
Yeah.
week, and we like we spent some time on like making sure that was lit really well, and like I thought it turned out really good.
Yeah.
And just like watching us kind of go back and forth, and like you were helping adjust lights, and
Yeah.
then you tearing stuff down. Like I remember on like your first shoot, like it was like how does this light hook onto like
Yeah.
little things like that like you just don't know yet.
Yeah.
You don't know what you
Yeah.
don't know, so you
Flew
just
the drone.
I flew the drone.
drone. There you go.
Yeah,
Flew the
that was
drone.
so fun.
Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy.
So yeah, definitely. I
Yeah.
think like the pieces are probably starting to kind of come together, and I bet like that's only 1 month in, so then
I think it's cool too, like coming out of college too in an area that you're interested in, to like have an internship where you're actually working on a small team.
Oh my God.
Because
yeah.
like when I got an internship, it was with an agency with like a bigger team, and it felt like a little bit like scattered, like in a sense. And I do like more of the small team, so like
Yeah.
it's kind of cool that you're experiencing that, where we can just like literally talk to each other, like we're right next to each
Yeah.
other if we need anything, and like support each other in that way. And also to like the smaller team production, you get to learn like more hands-on instead of like just being thrown into something.
Yeah.
like one specific thing that you just
Yeah.
have to do like over and over. And like every job probably has like some of that a little bit, but I don't know. I feel like there's some, like my internship was like, all I did was just call truck drivers and try to get them to work at the company. And it was like, am I a recruiter or am I just an
Yeah.
intern at this truck
Yeah.
company?
Well, that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing, like what we talked about before having you on, was like, how can we provide value to you, and how can we put you in areas to grow and to like feel empowered and like trust your ideas as well.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like to kill like an intern's like energy is by putting them in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
So that's
Yeah.
how we like, I don't know, before we even like we're hiring like anybody or looking to hire anyone, we're like, we need to know like how we're going to process having another person in here.
Right, like it's new for you guys too.
Yeah,
and I think
sure.
that's what's cool about it too, is like you guys are learning how to like have a new person while I'm learning how to like be the new person on the team.
Yeah, I feel like for me, I'm learning so much about just like building systems and like how to be organized and how to like, even if like in my brain, like I know that something's supposed to happen, I feel like I have to like clarify with everyone else, like, and just make sure that everyone's on the same page.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of times where like early on, like I would assume that we're all on the same page, but we're not, and then it just leads to chaos.
The Monday meetings have helped a lot.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I love a Monday
I feel like the
meeting.
first like maybe week or so or 2 weeks or like maybe not on the same page or maybe like not communicate as much, but I think like it's now, it wasn't like a hard thing to handle. Like all it took was like, oh yeah, we're doing this. Like, okay.
Yeah.
The Monday meetings are super good.
Yeah.
And for the listener, like we do a Monday meeting and we like go over like content for the week, shoots for the week, plan for the week. We do a thing called like State of the State. We like do a weekend recap and stuff, and we just like kind of set the tone for the week.
Debrief and just catch
Plan
up,
ahead,
and then also projects we're working on, stuff that needs to be done, and like deadlines and like stuff to like kind of keep us organized.
Yeah.
And like keep the ball rolling instead of like, because like every meeting and then like the week after, I feel like a lot of the stuff on the list like gets checked off, and like talking about it and meeting about it helps us like kind of stay on track and do the things that we actually want to do. Stuff.
No, I think it's huge, man. I think we're actually starting to put this thing together, and I think it's actually starting to like flow.
Yeah.
Like the content is going out. The projects are getting done really well. I think we're like pretty optimized right now. So
Sure.
Feeling confident with the team.
Let's talk about fashion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm big into fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You started to get a little bit more into fashion.
Yeah, this
I
isn't
mean,
my most fashionable.
we went to Miami and he was like, Dev, how does this look? He's like, comes to me for fashion.
Well, I'm just like, I want to branch into that world. I got like, I kind of got cornered into like a specific store in Minneapolis, Jackson Gray. They're a great store, but like I bought all my clothes there for like so long, and then that became like this
Your whole
like
closet.
normal. It became my whole closet, and it became like this like very like normal look. Like everything was like just like this whole thing.
Basics.
Yeah, it's just like
Something wrong with
basics and
that. I like
fundamentals.
minimalist
And
looks,
you need it,
know?
you need it, but like it can't be like your everyday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I love fashion. Me and
Sure.
Devin have the same vibe.
these two are
Yeah.
gonna
It's all
get me
good.
dialed in.
We could, but I'll tie you in somehow. But yeah, I mean, I know like when we all first met and stuff, like Chase was telling me a lot about you like liking to go thrifting. I was like, okay, that's cool. Like I like to go thrifting. Like,
Yeah.
we could probably connect on that. And then when we like met for the first time, you said that you wanted to, you know, like kind of, you're just really, really interested in fashion.
Yeah.
You know, might see yourself in the future being somewhat involved in it and stuff.
Yes.
So like, yeah, like I just wanted to know, I think I don't know, ever since I met you, like what kind of inspired you to like get into fashion
Yeah.
or like even just like your day to day, like what kind of styles do you feel like you kind of rock?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, honestly, like during high school and even like up until sophomore year of college, I feel like very basic, like not even what are the trends, but like just like what is everyone wearing around me, and
White Air Forces, light wash jeans, and,
Oh,
and a
dang.
bodysuit.
and yeah.
Oh dang.
So it's like
Who
that
comes
was
to
like
mind when you think of that? Is there a specific
My girlfriend,
person?
shout out Savannah.
Oh dang. It's
No
all good.
hate on
Yeah,
that
there's
style.
no hate. It's clean.
And I think it was honestly bringing it back to London. But when I went to London and I was like, everyone here is expressing themselves like with just 100% true like authenticity. I was like, oh, okay. And we would go thrifting in London and just kind of felt more comfortable exploring style. I feel like doing it here, especially in Minnesota, can be kind of intimidating to like dress a little more extravagant, a little less basic. And I'm like, here I feel like people are going to be like, what are you wearing? But in London it was like very common and normal.
Right.
And then, yeah, we would just go thrifting all the time. And like me and my best friend, like go thrifting all the time now. And we just have way too many clothes like in both of our closets combined.
Yeah.
But
I feel that.
I'm really proud because I feel like most of this whole outfit is thrifted, including the shoes.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
I'm really getting to like the point where at least over half my closet is thrifted, which is fun.
That's crazy.
It's fun too because it's
I
so.
do, yeah. I do feel that because like I think like 80% of my like closet, or maybe like 90%, is all thrifted. And like I wore my stuff at the Miami like fashion show. I was like, dude, everything I have on is thrifted. He was like, no way.
Yeah, well, because I think of like thrifted, I think of like something more like this, like a graphic tee with like baggy pants, but like Devin had like a dressy,
oh my God,
clean looking outfit with like a snakeskin belt on, and I was like,
yeah, you can get.
Yeah.
I have like a really nice blazer, like the things that you wouldn't expect to be thrifted.
Yeah. But also too, it's how you piece it and how you explore and express it, like you said. Like obviously, like I thrifted those pieces, but then I didn't know like I would put them all together. Like I had my loafers, I had these high water like black slacks and like that collared shirt, and then I was like, this is a clean look and I'm gonna wear it to the fashion show.
Yeah.
But how would you guys recommend someone getting into that more fashion forward world? Because for me, like if I brought like a few of my friends there, they'd probably be like, dude, nothing's good here, and like we'd probably like feel like we struck out, even though there's probably a bunch of things in there.
Yeah. I mean, it obviously.
I was gonna say, you have like friends who are into fashion. A lot of your friends probably aren't that into it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit. Like some of my friends are into like higher fashion, like they'll go to Nordstrom's and go crazy, like actually crazy.
Yeah, I think it definitely depends on like what your style is or what your kind of vibe is, because I mean, not everyone can find stuff.
Yeah,
it's
true. And I feel like
when I go with you, I always find something though. So I feel like it's like just who you
the
go
lucky
with.
charm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like whenever I go thrift shopping with people, I don't shop for myself all the time.
Okay.
I always like, this will look good on you. Like I know your vibe. Like
you're so nice, like giving up the good piece.
Yeah, I know. Like sometimes I've done that though, where like I give someone else like something that I've wanted, but it's like I have a lot of stuff that I like already. So
which I also love that about thrifting is everything is basically one of a kind. Like you're not looking through, oh, let me find this in a medium quick. Like there's one shirt that says that in this store.
Which is crazy. So like my favorite artist, his name is Russell. He loves Betty Boop stuff.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a Betty Boop shirt. There's this like 1970s Betty Boop gray like boxer tee. Like Betty Boop's like in a boxing ring with like gloves. Like Betty Boop's like more like known for like kind of the seductive stuff, but like she was wearing like boxing stuff, and I was like, that's hard. And like you can't find it online. I found it in the thrift stores. Like it was 1 of 1.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I'm gonna see my favorite artist in Toronto, and I gifted it to him, and he loved it. And I was like, it was sad, but at the same time, like it was a cool moment because he wore it after the show too. It was,
oh my god,
cool.
That's so
no way, I didn't even know that story.
So like I gave that away. I was like, dang it, like I really wanted that for myself.
I have a picture of you in that shirt.
Yeah, I wore it before, and then I washed it.
You had to wear it.
I wore it at least once, and then wash it, and then I gifted it to him when I saw him. So like, I do think about other people when I thrift. Like
that's nice.
Honestly, like, but yeah, I think, and to answer your question, I think you have to find something that you feel really good in and comfortable in, and maybe you haven't explored as much as you would like into some things, and it takes kind of just trying things out. I remember when we first met, or like in the winter, he had this ASOS crop black jacket, and I was like, bro, are you wearing that? Because I need to get that for you.
Like, were you at my apartment and you like peeked into the closet?
And you're like, I might wear this. I was like, dude, wear it. I think it looks good on you.
Yeah.
But if you're wearing it, I'm gonna buy it from you.
Yeah.
And then eventually you gave up on it. You're like, nah.
I brought it in. Well, you like texted me to bring it in, then like I forgot, and then you like told me to bring it in, and again I was like, yeah, it's definitely yours.
Yeah.
But it's cool though that you're like buying stuff and trying things out.
Yeah,
I think you
that's
need to do
so
more of that.
important.
Well, yeah, it's just like I don't know where to shop, and that's why like when we went to Miami and we're hitting these like stores with all this like clothes that I've never seen before, and like you're still like picking for a medium, but like this is a brand I've never seen before. It feels like quality. Or like we went to the Kith store, and actually I wore when I went to the Twins game last week, I wore an outfit that I bought in Miami, and
Nice.
I got tons of compliments on it.
Yeah.
There you go.
The
See,
whole
like
time.
I think when we were shopping too, I was like, I think neutral tones look really good on you. And
Yeah.
I was like, you need to buy like more like greens or like beige and like just like
Yeah.
more neutral colors. And yeah, I think that's why, like, I don't know, when we were shopping, I was like, yeah, like that green shirt or like that faded black was kind of nice.
Yeah, the
Like,
faded black. I wore it in the last podcast.
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Is there like any other like inspiration though, like any like individuals that like that you get an inspiration from? Like,
Yeah. I mean,
I was like, for me, like I'm like a big, obviously I don't like they're just inspiration. I don't like wear the same stuff as them, but like A$AP Rocky, Jaden Smith,
Yeah.
Tyler, and then
Oh,
like a
yeah,
lot of like
for
music
sure.
artists. Like,
yeah, I feel like a lot of I mean, like BTS for me, like J-Hope, his style is like
Yeah.
supreme. Like it is so good. And so like honestly, I get inspired by them just to like, because they have like such like individual styles, and so it's kind of like, oh, I could try like something that
for sure.
They're
whoever.
probably cheating though. They might have a stylist.
No,
Or maybe
probably
not.
do.
I mean, they have stylists for certain things, but
Yeah.
like they're like airport outfits.
Yeah.
They're just fire.
The
Yeah, they're the
airport
casual
outfit.
outfits. Yeah.
The airport outfits.
Yeah,
That's when
that's
you
cool.
know.
Yeah.
That's when you know.
Yeah.
So how long you've been a fan of the Army or like
Yeah,
the BTS?
I've been in the Army
Dang.
since 2015, so it's been a long,
Long time.
time. Yeah.
First song or first thing that you like seen of theirs?
I was into K-pop a little bit before I saw them, and then I saw, I think it was Dope or Fire, and I like watched that music video and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, the choreography and Dope music video. You
It's
gotta watch it.
insane.
It's
I'm
crazy.
like-
The
I might get sucked into
wait,
the Army if I look at this
The
thing.
camera work is crazy.
It's insane. Yeah, I just love like, I mean, K-pop music videos in general are like, the budget they have is insane,
Yeah,
and they
they
always
do.
put in like so much effort for all these videos, and it's so sick.
Yeah.
I do like
Always
the
entertaining.
Dynamite video. That was-
Dynamite is really good.
Yeah,
too,
I like the. You need to watch that too.
Yeah, I'll watch it. How do you know I haven't watched
So
it?
you maybe. Well, I don't know if you know, but yeah,
I'm kidding.
maybe.
But yeah, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
crazy. The BTS world, like all I know is that their fan base is crazy, and I know that they did like YouTube did like a rewind with them or something.
I think
BTS
yeah,
Focus Rewind. Or they were in the
something.
BTS
yeah,
Rewind or
they
something.
were mentioned.
They were
Yeah.
mentioned. They're huge.
They
Obviously,
are. Yeah,
yeah.
they're the most.
And you saw
Yeah.
them in LA.
Yeah, I saw them. Well, I saw them in Chicago in 2018, and then in LA for permission.
Are
to
they
Dance
expensive to like see, or no?
LA. Yes, but honestly, like reasonable. I think for LA we spent like 300,
Okay.
250, 300 for like the lower level.
Mm.
But I mean,
That's also LA. That's probably a big show.
yeah, it was at the SoFi Stadium, so like
Okay.
the new.
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
they're
was
huge.
wild.
Oh.
They sell out
was-
stadiums, dude.
Yeah.
It was
crazy.
sick. It was, yeah, wow. But like, yeah, it's not like too expensive, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
Like you could have gone for maybe like $80 in the upper
yeah,
level or
if you
something.
go like way up high, I think it was like 75.
Yeah. Which is
So-
cool. Like that's the nice part about when artists start selling out stadiums is like you can go from like like $70 to like
Yes.
$3,000
Oh
for
yeah,
a ticket.
100%.
Like,
The thing
Yeah.
with like K-pop, it's like they're entertainers. Like
Yes.
they know how to put on a show.
Oh
Like
my God,
some,
they-
like, I'm gonna say.
They perform like rent is due, like 110% effort, like every time. And
Yeah.
if they don't feel like they put in the effort, they like get really sad and
Yeah.
For sure.
feel like they did wrong,
Yeah.
which they
They always want to like
never
show
do.
up for their fans
Yes,
too.
yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
it's-
cool. You need to show up for your fans. We had
Yes.
this conversation earlier
Yeah.
this week, I think on the same
Yeah.
topic, but like there's like people that will headline Coachella and not even come out to their show, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, imagine like that person like Caitlin who
Yeah.
went from Minnesota to LA to watch
Yeah.
this BTS show, and if they didn't come out, like
Oh
how
my
that would
God.
make her feel. So
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
2 hours of podcasting.
yeah, and got to know a little bit more about Caitlin. So
Yeah.
people who are watching, listening, you know.
Yeah, now you know. Caitlin is like she's going to be here for the next 2 months and potentially on past that. So super excited to have her on the team. She is kind of like the person spearheading this whole like podcast production, and helping, you know, get clips out and podcasts out and stuff like that. So you can give thanks to her.
Yeah. And we truly appreciate all the work that you've done so far. And it's been really nice having you.
It's been so fun.
I think like you've already grown so much in 1 month, and I just can't wait to. We'll probably have you on another episode towards the end of this, and I think it'll be just like another great episode.
Stay tuned for her video that she's gonna be coming out with soon.
Oh
So
yeah,
we're gonna be
that'll be fun.
Coming out with that, and then you're also taking on a couple other like pre-production and some projects, so that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, the project this month on the 30th. Devin's gonna be out of town. Caitlin's coming with.
Yeah.
Gonna basically DP the whole thing. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Super exciting.
Sweet.
Well, where can they find you, Caitlin?
Yeah.
Instagram is at Caitlin Sims. YouTube, Caitlin Grace. Website, Caitlin by Caitlin. Media, Instagram, Caitlin.media with the 3 as the E.
There you go.
There you
Gotta
go.
get the plug in.
Yeah, of
all
course.
the different platforms.
Of course. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.